Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of If Margaritas Could Talk, the Over 40 Chronicles podcast. I am your host, Tracee Black, and of course, my co-host, Keira Wilding, is with me today, and we are Oscar ready to bring you the red carpet nominees, predictions, and more. So grab a margarita or your beverage of choice, and let's get to it. Hi, Keira.
Hi, Tracee. Great to be back.
Are you Oscar ready? That's the question.
Yes, I am Oscar ready. I'm feeling like deja vu all over again here.
First off, I wanted to just give a shout out to our listeners and give a sincere apology. We had a little bit of a messed up situation with our live streaming that was coming from our studio out to Facebook, and the stream we tried several times and it just did not work. So unfortunately, we were left to our own accord to just kind of pivot, and here we are. So I apologize again. Here we are. We're good. So we are going to talk all Oscars today. Keira, can you give us a rundown of the Best Picture nominees?
Absolutely. We've got like 10 of them. We've got Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Have you seen any of them, Tracee?
I have seen 1.5 movies. I did see Wicked in theaters with my best friend, which I've been a long time, forever lover of Wizard of Oz since I was a little girl. So that's my go-to for everything. I've seen Wicked in live theater many years ago in 2011. And then, of course, now this version of it, which I absolutely was floored. I think it exceeded my expectations. Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande did an amazing job in this movie. And I also started to watch Amelia Perez. Here's the thing. You know, controversial movies are kind of not really my movie genre situation. I tried to watch. It sort of took me down a path where I was like, it didn't really grab me in the first, half an hour of the film. So I just sort of shut it down and said, no, not for me. And that's okay. I did go through a couple of the trailers, and of course, some of them were really good. And when we talk about The Complete Unknown, with Timothée Chalamet, I sort of got into that as well. So I'd like to actually watch a couple of the films now. And I don't know. What about you? Have you seen any of these films?
I feel like Kristen Wiig and Will Ferrell at the People's Choice Awards about 10 years ago, when they were asked to watch all of the films in their category that they were presenting, and they clearly didn't. So they made up storylines. So clearly I didn't see any of them. Looking at the trailers, I did see all the trailers, and I'd like to see the majority of them. They do seem like really good films. I have not seen a movie in about a year.
Okay,
And
sure.
but a lot of them look really good. Even the movies that aren't in the Best Picture, a lot of these movies, I will. So unfortunately, didn't see any of them. Quick question, Wicked, did you see the regular version at the movie theater or the sing-along version?
What? There was a sing-along version?
Yes. I don't know if it was just in our movie theaters or just Alberta or just Edmonton, but you could go to the sing-along version, apparently, so you wouldn't get hushed by all of your other the audience members. But you could have gone to a sing-along version.
I see. And I sing. So had I known that, that would have been right up my alley. Now that I know that, it's going to be on my radar for every other musical film that comes out. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. We can't predict the future, right? But we can talk about the predictions. So I was hoping you can give us a rundown on what this year's Oscar predictions are.
Absolutely. First off is actor in a leading role. So they've got Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. The female actress in a leading role, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison for Honora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here.
Very nice. Predictions are funny because depending on, I think if it's the Academy itself that's putting out the predictions based off of whoever is voted. So then you've got other media sources that are throwing out predictions like Vanity Fair and People Magazine.
The prediction for actress in a leading role is Mikey Madison. That's who they're predicting to win. And going back to the actor in a leading role is Adrian Brody. They think he'll win top spot for leading actor.
Because I didn't get a chance to watch all the films, of course, I don't have a right seat on being able to confirm or deny that. So one of the other benefits about the Oscars, why we are here tonight, is to talk a little bit about fashion. And I would like to, instead of spilling the tea, we're going to spill the margarita on the fashion choices for this evening. Now, I want to ask you, who were your two favorite best looks for tonight?
Oh, Ariana Grande. Loved her outfit walking down the red carpet. I don't know how she'd sit in it, but beautiful, stunning outfit from her. Beautiful. And Doja Cat. I think she almost took my breath away when she walked the red carpet.
Ariana Grande's dress was like she was really kind of throwing out Galinda, more Galinda vibes. That's kind of what I got from the dress, which was so beautiful, right? And actually, I believe Chappelle is a designer for her specific dress, but just gorgeous, beautiful neckline. Just typically her, she's just so beautiful. I guess for my two best looks, I could not stop looking at Halle Berry. I mean, come on with the mirror piece dress with, of course, the sheer siding. Phenomenal. She always looks good, but tonight it just took it for me. It was my number one.
My second favorite, I had Ariel.
My second favorite look was Divine Joy Randolph. Just phenomenal. Gorgeous black gown that just, everything about the whole situation made her look just like this incredible goddess. So I have a sheer appreciation for that. Doja Cat, she's kind of edgy, and her dress was stunning as well. So if you want to get into the kitty cat meow situation, that's kind of typical for Doja Cat. She always lives a little on the edge. She's a cat. Doja Cat. No pun intended. That's my drum roll situation.
Let's flip it around. Who was the worst for you? Who did you not like?
I have to say, what really fell short for me was, I love the actress, but this didn't work for me. Isabella Rossellini. She was sort of sporting this velvet long sort of, I don't know, like it had no shape to it. It just didn't do it for me. She had a lapel pin that was gorgeous and a necklace that was beautiful, and they were sort of matching, which she accessorized really well. But the dress itself, she swam in it. It looked a little big in her. It wasn't my fave. What about you?
Well, Jeff Goldblum was not loving his outfit.
Your hall pass? Are you kidding me?
I just think he's a very attractive older gentleman, but that outfit was not doing it for me.
No, I can agree with you. It was kind of off-putting a little bit, maybe because of the champagne colored jacket with the lapel pin that was feathered. I don't know if he had a tie or didn't have a tie, but the blue shirt, I don't know. It was a bit of a miss. I agree.
It was confusing.
The other one for me was, which I did not enjoy this look, was Meg Ryan. The dress, the shoes, everything seemed kind of a bit big on her. It was sort of, she was walking a little bit clunky on the red carpet. It just fell short. It was a gorgeous red velvet, kind of deep wine dress, but it didn't work for me. What was your thoughts there?
I'm going to agree with you on that. Was not a fan of what she was wearing either. I think she could have done better.
I think two others that really jumped out at me as well, and I I just wanted to get your opinion on this. Selena Gomez and Demi Moore looked both incredibly stunning. The silhouettes in their dresses. We're talking, Selena Gomez was rocking sort of that Marilyn Monroe vibe, sort of old Hollywood glam. She's been rocking this style for a little while now, and it's her kind of her silhouette. It's her thing. Demi Moore, stunning. Silver, long, gorgeous gown was made actually by a Canadian designer by the name of Brad Goreski. So shout out to Brad Goreski. Incredible job with the gorgeous dress for Demi Moore.
Are you ready to add a little sparkle to your life? Let me introduce you to Kindred Fusion, the ultimate destination for permanent jewelry. That's right, no more worrying about clasps or losing your favorite pieces. With Kindred Fusion, you can enjoy beautiful, seamless jewelry that is as unique as you are. Imagine a stunning bracelet or necklace that feels like a second skin. Sounds amazing, right? At kindredfusion.com, you can explore a gorgeous selection of styles that fit every personality and occasion. So head on over to kindredfusion.com today and discover the magic of permanent jewelry.
I think Demi Moore would look beautiful in a gunny sack. Just whatever she wore. Like throughout all of the previous Oscars, she always looks stunning. Selena Gomez, yes, you've nailed it when she said she's that old Hollywood. Like even her hair has that flapperish, hairstyle. Very stunning.
One thing that I really love is about accessorizing. So as a designer, accessorizing is important, and even in clothing. So when we got actors coming up on the carpet, they're wearing a lot of velvets. The lapel pin with designers was big this year in the jewelry aspect.
I didn't notice as many in previous years or previous styles for men. Yeah.
Adrian Brody came out with his wife, and his lapel pin was actually attached to the side of his jacket. It wasn't right on his lapel. Just stunning. But the one thing that caught my eye was his wife was actually wearing the matching earring on her left ear to his lapel pin, which again, when you're accessorizing together and the designer sees that as a whole completion, they just knocked it out of the park. It was
like the whole couple into their vision. I noticed this year that accessories and jewelry, they're not focusing on that. They're focusing on more the dress, and just with a little, whether they're small earrings or a simple necklace, but accessories, like you're not seeing many of them this year.
Sort of the subtle statements. I agree with that 100%. Can we talk a little bit about Cynthia Erivo? So of course, she is a nail fanatic. She's got these gorgeous long nails, which I could never imagine in a million years. But that's part of her accessorizing. I happened to notice they did a close up on her nails, and I mean, just phenomenal. Like the work that goes into every nail is different. The detail is different. And that's how she chooses to accessorize this year. And I'm all here for it.
How long are her nails?
I want to say probably like 3, maybe 2.5 inches long.
How do you go to the bathroom with nails that long?
I think a bidet works really well. What do you say to that? I don't even know. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to ask you this. When we were talking about the predictions a little while ago, there's that age-old question where like the predictions are this. So who's predicted to win versus who do you want to win? Do you have any input on that?
You know what? I feel like I really don't even have a right to say who should win because I didn't see any of the movies. My prediction would be, who do I like the best, which is not fair, like to any other actor or actress in that category, because I could look at actor in a leading role and go, well, I haven't seen any of the movies. Why would I think that Ralph Fiennes should beat Timothée Chalamet? I wish I would have done a little better homework and watched the majority of these movies, and I could have an actual informed opinion.
I happened to notice was Amelia Perez had 13 nominations this year for different individuals. One of the important things that I think about is a lot of the movies are dramatic, and then the more dramatic, almost the higher the nominations. I always think of it like that.
I guess a question would be, and I could probably find out easy enough, is how do these people get nominated? Because my understanding is it's somebody nominates them.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily who the best actor is out of all the movies that came out in 2024, because I can spill the beans. The Adrian Brody was the prediction to win the leading actor in a leading role, and he actually won. But if nobody nominated him to win, he wouldn't have won. So It's just really out of the actors nominated, who out of that category was the best actor.
The hard part about filmmaking, right? Television film, it's up to the discretion of the viewer on how it left them feeling. How did they walk out of that movie theater? How did they feel when they turned that film off in their home when they watched it? I think that's part of when you talk about the predictions comparatively to like who is predicted, yes, based off of nominations, but who do you feel deserved to win? So I'm sort of speaking, I guess, maybe in terms of actress in a leading role. Mikey Madison is this is her first Oscar awards show. And
yeah.
Honora did, we now know that Honora did receive a significant amount of Oscars this evening. But Demi Moore, the role that she played in The Substance, I think that there was a lot of disappointment. I think people felt that she was the prediction and she was going to be the one to win. But, not taking it away from Mikey Madison, because every actor, again, it's leaving it to the discretion of the viewer and then putting that nomination in. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I think, of course, tabloids and stuff, the next day are all going to be like, you could see Demi Moore's face and she's disappointed that she didn't win. Who isn't disappointed, right?
Oh, of course. But you know what? As everybody that stands up on stage and accepting their awards, most of them say, just being nominated, you've already won, right? Like you've got actress in a leading role. You've got 5 amazing actresses in their own regard. Like any one of these ladies could have won and everybody would have won. Well deserved.
Of course. I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite part of the Oscars?
I do like the red carpet. That is my favorite part. I like the jokes, the in between, the host, when he says his little jokes. Like Conan O'Brien. I think it was just really well done. The perfect amount in between nominations and awards. I think he nailed being a host. I love just watching what the host can do.
Yes, it can really make or break how the flow of the show goes. And I think he did a really good job. One of the things I wanted to point out was this year, the conversation came up about lessening the amount of entertainment due to paying homage to the Los Angeles fires, paying homage to the writers who were on strike for so long. And they wanted to make it more about the awards, more about the writers, and less about the entertainment. So I was actually thrown off a little bit by that. But at the same time, let's focus on the people who matter. If that's the goal, let's do it, right? Why not?
Yeah. And I think there was just enough entertainment. Like, did you see Ben Stiller? I laughed out loud for that one. That was good.
One of my highlights, actually, when it came to the presenting was Owen Yang. He is so good on SNL to begin with, and just an amazing actor. He was really amazing in Wicked, too. And he just slays it. He's really up and coming. I think we're going to see him in a lot more movies, a lot more film, a lot more of everything, to be honest with you. He's kind of a hot commodity in the film world right now. And yeah, he did a good job.
That's the entertainment I like, where the audience can have a bit of a laugh.
One of the other highlights was really good on the red carpet when Adrian Brody and his wife were standing out in, I think it was like the mixing areas, what they sort of call it. And Halle Berry had come around the corner and she just said to his wife, "I'm so sorry I have to do this." And she just planted a big, huge smooch on Adrian Brody. And he took it like a man. He was like, "Get Halle Berry. I am taking this kiss. I'm going to kiss her back." And it was all in good fun. And the wife was just standing there laughing, and they had a good moment with it. That was fun. A really good fun.
Speaking of Adrian Brody, did you catch his acceptance speech?
I did. I sort of got lost.
Did you catch at the beginning where he's running up to the stage and then realizes he's got a wad of chewing gum in his mouth, and then he runs up and he's like, "What do I do with it?" So he hucks it at his wife.
He threw it at her. I was like, what am I watching right now? These incredible people dressed to the nines. Here's a big wad of gum. I thought she caught it. Did she catch it or no? Didn't catch it.
No, I don't think she did. I think it kind of, she missed it, and then she went around trying to look for it.
So good. That's pure entertainment. You can't reproduce that happening in real time.
Because of Adrian Brody, they're going to put up a new rule of, no chewing gum allowed at the Dolby Theater.
Oh my gosh. Is there anything else that sort of stuck out for you this year?
Just recently, we've lost Gene Hackman. Morgan Freeman did an amazing eulogy, if that's what we're going to call it, at the Oscars. Every year they have their memoriam of who they've lost. But I just have to mention Morgan Freeman's words to one of his good friends, Gene Hackman, who died. It touched me.
Morgan Freeman's not in the best of health himself, but, I was rather impressed that he made that tribute, which of course, when they make the tribute for the whole memoriam for everyone, it's hard to watch a little bit because it's a big impact. And of course, all of us viewers who've gotten to know some of these actors, and maybe even though we don't see some of the behinds people in design and costume and makeup and hair and, sound, they're still a part of all of it. It takes a village. I additionally wanted to mention was the opening that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo did. Ariana Grande sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and then Cynthia Erivo came in. I was like choked up a little bit. Ariana Grande in that red dress singing Over the Rainbow has been my dream for my whole life, to be able to sing that song. And in that moment, I felt like I was her. The other thing too, when Cynthia Erivo got into the next song, Ariana sort of allowed her to have her moment. And there was so much respect given. She kissed her hand, she bowed out, let her have that moment. Remarkable. Just incredible people. Yep. And, I'm here for all of it. How about, let's talk a little bit about the other impact of things. Like, let's talk a little bit about after parties and so on. I know we don't really know much about some of the after parties, but I know there's a few celebrities that end up changing their looks after the Oscars and end up taking on the all-night affair of different after parties. And I happened to notice one particular actress had some pictures of her on the internet, which I was in a little shock and awe. And you know what I'm talking about.
Who would that be?
I don't want to say her name incorrectly. Was it Zoe Kravitz? For those listeners that don't know what we are talking about, she had a sheer netting in her buttocks area, which was exposing her back and also exposing her crack. So we got a back and a crack, and that equates to Zoe Kravitz. That's her new name. I'm never going to be able to get that vision out of my mind. I don't understand it. What?
That saying comes to mind, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, this was that situation. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I did happen to notice one other person that was listed in, I guess, the media in regards to an after party dress. Actually, Kim Kardashian showed up in a ball gown, which has never been seen before. Other than her wedding dresses, plural.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen her in a full white ball gown, and it was beautiful. And I thought, okay, all right, we see you. Now, it doesn't take away from the butt situation with Zoe Kravitz, but I mean, here we are. We get to talk about it.
Speaking of the Kardashian, I was not aware that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner were a hot little item.
They have been for, I want to say 2 years now.
I was not aware.
They put it out into the world. They have a very casual relationship, but they are monogamous. And I love the two of them together. I think he is exactly what she needed. And, you know, he's busy. She's got kids. They just make it work. And I love it. You know, I love it for the both of them. That's it for today's episode of If Margaritas Could Talk. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. Don't forget to join us in the coming weeks as we will have more guests. And of course, Keira and I will have much more to talk about. If you have anything that you would like to add, please drop us a comment or send us a message. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep laughing, keep living. And a reminder, if life gives you lemons, make sure that you make a margarita. Please follow, like, or buy us a coffee on your favorite listening platform. We can also be found at ifmargaritascoulddtalk.com. Hashtag podcastdiva. Enjoy. Cheers, everyone.
Bye. Bye.